What's going on, y'all? So today we're gonna be reacting to why there's 10 attractive women for one attractive man. Generally, why you see more attractive women than you see attractive men. I'm gonna withhold my thoughts until the actual video. Hopefully, y'all get some value from this, and let's get right into it.
And men. I seen a video where a girl was talking about everywhere she go, she always see baddies everywhere, but then there's no attractive men. And I mean, there's been so many of these videos made by different women, different variations of it, but it all come down to the same thing, which is that it's a lie. Most people are average, men and women. We've already had this conversation before. But you're not walking out the door on an everyday basis, going to the grocery store, going to the store, going anywhere and just seeing a bunch of extremely attractive people.
That's so true. Even when you think about, like she said, everyday life, most people are average looking, and it doesn't mean like they aren't great people. And look, before you guys kind of try to attack me or anything, when I say average, it's not a bad thing. Like, you can have average qualities but have above average qualities. You could have an average quality and then you could be spectacular somewhere else. Like, it doesn't mean a bad thing because it's just normal. All right, most people are normal looking. Okay. So back to what she was saying though. Yes, there are a lot of average people on just a day-to-day life. You go to the store, you go to the library. Shoot, you can even go to a college campus nowadays. Like, there's a lot of average-looking people. Most majority of people aren't exceptional, okay? And there's things you can't control, right, to become more exceptional. Everybody can work out. I'm always saying in my videos, most people have never been in shape, okay? If you are a person who's came from being out of shape to getting in shape, then you know the power just getting in shape alone can do for you as a man or a woman. I know most of y'all guys are watching me right now, but let's continue.
In general, usually when you're in a space where there's a lot of attractive people at one time, you're in places like nightlife, clubs, concerts, festivals. You're at beaches, places like Miami, California, those beaches. You're at places like the gym, right? It would be places that attractive people would be in bulk.
Yeah. I want to talk about this because I actually just recently went out Saturday night. And yes, that's very true. The only time you really see a lot of attractive people in one concentrated area is like at events, parties, clubs. And even then, the attractive woman could still outweigh the men. For example, I went out alone, solo, by myself Saturday night. And what I noticed was, because I'm a person who looks at everything. I survey my environment. I'm always on point, especially when I'm by myself. And I wasn't drunk, at least not at this point in the night. I see a few girls looking at me, right? You know, when you stand out, it happens, man. Like, women will notice that as a man. You know, if you stand out in a crowd, even just going out in everyday life, grocery stores, women will notice you. You'll notice choosing signals, right? I wasn't even looking for the attention, but I was able to get a lot of attention from women just walking through these venues, right? Because these people, right, when you go to these types of events, people are there to meet people. Let's be real. Like, yeah, they're there to go have fun, but it's a lot of peacocking that's going on in there. There's a lot of women eyeing the most select guys in that venue, in that space. So if you just go out and you notice these things happen to you, then that is proof that you are attractive. You know, let's continue. I don't
Places
want
where
to talk
people
too
really
much.
took the time to make sure that they look good, hair done, nice outfits. But just going to the grocery store on a regular day, just going to Walmart or Target on a regular day, just going anywhere on a regular day, for the most part, you're not seeing nothing but a bunch of average people. Stop it. I talked about this the other day. I was on a live and a bunch of girls was coming up and they was getting dropped because they was ugly. And one of the girls came up and she was like, wait, go check my page, go check my page. And it was like, girl, what do he need to go check your page for? We're looking at you right now on the live. What are you talking about? But that's the problem, right? They don't judge themselves based off what they really look like. They want you to judge them based off what they look like at their best, right? And sometimes that ain't even what they really look like, because those pictures on her page completely was altered, look nothing like what we were seeing in the live.
And yeah, I know some of you guys are like, well, women can use makeup to look good. That's why there's more attractive women in real life. And yeah, that's kind of true to a certain extent. A lot of women can change their appearance with their makeup. But if we're just talking about this from like a subjective standpoint, men, we can't do any of that, right? So that's the facts. I mean, we can if you want, but most men are not out here putting on makeup. So your face is your face. There's only so much you can do with your face, right? But no, there's a lot of guys out here who are just average, man. And even like if you do work out, and you can see guys in your own gym, right? So a lot of them don't look like they really are there to really work out. Like they half-assing through the workout. They on their phone. They taking super long between sets, just taking up the equipment. That's the gym I work out at. I'm gonna be honest. I probably need to go to like the real gyms where people really work out. But Planet Fitness, right? A lot of average looking people go to Planet Fitness. Let's be real. So that's a perfect example. Even when people like men, for example, when we say we locked in, guys don't really be taking care of themselves out here. They really don't. They focus on the money, but they've never been in shape, so they have no idea what it's really like to pull a woman and off just genuine desire, right? She just wants you. So let's continue.
And you want us to just disregard what we're seeing and then go to your page and pretend like that's the real you? This stuff is making them delusional. They're going crazy. The girls are not okay. They're forgetting what's actually real life and what they actually look like for real. Not only are they delusional about their own looks, they delusional about other women's looks as well. They've lied to each other so much that they actually starting to believe the lies. And to be fair, I wish I could say this is only a woman issue of being delusional about your looks, but the other day I made a video about attractive men, and the amount of ugly dudes in my comment section thinking that they was attractive men and talking about us, we, like he was part of the conversation of the men I was talking about.
Man,
everybody going crazy.
Okay. But yeah, bro. That's really the end of the video. Like I said, man, if you are, say you have an average face or whatever, as long as you ain't ugly, bro, like you have a chance. I'm gonna be honest, like just get in the gym, bro. Really lock in on that. But yeah, there it's just a epidemic of men who gave up. You know, I make my videos because I want to inspire people. If you really like, just because I was somebody who came from being, I don't even want to say I was ugly or I know I'm like whatever, but I was somebody who didn't get a lot of attention from women. And I'm not trying to brag. I promise you I'm not trying to brag. The only way I can really get through to y'all is from my own real life experiences. I was somebody who came from being the guy who didn't really get attention like that. I was always tall, but I didn't know how to dress right. I wasn't wearing clothes that fit me. And I had a horrible haircut. And on top of that, I had like 20% body fat. This was like 5 or 6 months ago. Once I changed my whole appearance, my whole look, I added like earrings, I changed my haircut, I started getting way more attention from women. Like it's like night and day. So if you're a guy who can come from like one side and come to the other, okay, then you can really start to understand like both perspectives. So when I talked about this stuff on my channel, it's not to bash nobody or put nobody down. If you're average looking, that's not a bad thing. Just focus on the stuff that you can really control. All right. Stop coming in my comments with that cope stuff, man. Just really put that work in, bruh. All right. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.